Alas, we have come to the end of our listening experiences for this semester. So sad. We're going to end with an instrument from India called the sitar. This instrument is pretty popular in the Indian culture. The person who brought it into the Western cosmology, so we know about it now, happened during the 1960s. His name was Ravi Shankar, and he was highly influential. He got to work with the Beatles. That's how he became highly influential. A traditional sitar has two separate bridges. They're called the jawari. And that's part of how they get a unique sound. Another really unique thing about the sitar is the frets, where the vibration of the string is stopped. Whereas on a guitar or a bass guitar, they're like built into the instrument. On a sitar, they're movable. So you have all these movable frets, so you can change the pitches on every string. So the other interesting thing, the reason they get this really cool sound, is the second set of strings they have. That's what the second bridge is for. These are ones that you don't actually play, but they vibrate nonetheless. They're called sympathetic strings, and they help give the depth of sound. It is believed to have descended from an instrument played by the Indian goddess of music and learning. It's called the veena. So the sitar descends from this holy instrument, the veena. The tuning on a sitar for traditional performance completely depends on the music being played. They'll change up the frets and the length of the strings depending on the situation and what piece of music they're going to perform. There's two main categories, and the categories are based on the two different schools of instruction and the two men that made it possible. The first was Ravi Shankar, and the second was another man named Vilayat Khan. So you have two separate schools of thought on how to play the sitar, and I don't think they mix very well. Usually the strings are made out of steel, much like a guitar or a bass guitar. And the main body of the instrument, you can see, is made from a gourd. So they're highly decorated, and they are made in pieces so they can be taken apart and put back together as necessary for repairs. But the recording I'm going to play for you today features George Harrison from the Beatles playing the sitar. He discovered it when he was in northern India, and it became quite popular. So let's take a listen to this.